Welcome to this quick take. This is part one of our two-part quick take on credibility. It's called Leadership Credibility, the Confidence Base. I think we'd all agree that Bill Gates has high credibility as a leader. He founded and led for 3 decades one of the most successful companies in history. He conceived a winning strategy. He saw before anybody else that creating operating systems and other software for personal computers was the road to riches. And from the start, he hired and motivated a team of exceptionally talented people to execute that strategy and create great software programs. That's textbook leadership brilliance. But years later, when people asked Bill Gates, "What do you do?" he'd always say, "I'm a programmer." A programmer? Come on. He became much more than that, right? But Gates was making a powerful point about credibility, which is the topic of this quick take. In this training module, you will learn 1. A simple definition of leadership and how it ties into credibility. 2. Why leadership skill is not what gets people promoted into management. 3. The number 1 source of credibility for leaders. Number 4, the key to increasing and sustaining your credibility as a leader. And 5, just how fragile credibility can be. Let's start with a simple definition of what a leader is. Leaders are people who have followers. Simple enough. But it begs the question, what is it about leaders that makes people follow them? The answer is credibility. People follow a leader because they believe that person can meet their needs. That belief could be in something concrete, like teaching me a new technical skill. It could be something less tangible, like advancing my career. Or it could be something transcendent, like fulfilling my dream to change the world. Think back to when you first took on a leadership role. Suddenly, you had followers, and you had a certain degree of credibility with them. But where did that credibility come from? Let's start by saying where it almost certainly did not come from. Innate leadership ability. A small percentage of successful leaders come out of the womb with just the right cocktail of brain power, emotional intelligence, people skills, technical brilliance, and charisma. But you probably weren't promoted because someone thought you were the next Lincoln or Rockefeller. You got promoted because your mastery of a technical skill singled you out. Somebody thought, if this person has the drive and discipline to achieve a high level of technical competence in a specific area, he or she has the most basic building block of credibility and may be able to learn leadership skills. Let's go back to Bill Gates. Why did he tell people, "I'm a programmer," when he was, in fact, a transcendent leader whose followers literally changed the world? Because he understood something that every successful shop floor supervisor, department manager, division head, and CEO knows, that building credibility as a leader starts with what we call a confidence base. Understanding your confidence base is the most important ingredient in becoming a successful leader. So what is it? It's the thing you do best. It's the competency you worked hard to develop and that singled you out. For Bill Gates, it was programming. At age 13, he developed an obsession for computers. By the time he started Microsoft 7 years later, he'd logged thousands of hours of computer time and written the first ever program for a microcomputer. In 1981, because of his perceived excellence as a programmer, he won a contract to provide the operating system for the new IBM personal computer. That deal quickly made him one of the wealthiest people on earth. But in his own head, he was still a programmer. His confidence base grounded him, focused him, It was the key to his credibility as a leader, and he never wanted himself or anyone else to forget it. And neither should you. What's your confidence base? If you're in accounting, maybe it's the processes you devise to catch mistakes that others miss. If you're an engineer, maybe it's the methodology you came up with to find practical solutions to technical problems that bog others down. If you're in sales, maybe it's the systematic technique to questioning prospects that gets them to tell you what they really need. If you're in marketing or communications, maybe it's the approach you developed for writing copy that pushes customer hot buttons. But technical competence alone won't make you a successful leader, will it? Of course not. Your confidence base is the source of your credibility and the foundation of any career in leadership. But you need something more. Let's take a step back and review the bet that your bosses made when they promoted you. They recognized your technical competency, gave you a raise, and put you in a high-risk situation, one where you'd sink or swim based on your ability to get results through other people. As a staff accountant, you'd be able to get others to catch mistakes. As an engineer, you'd create an entire team of people who could find practical solutions to technical problems. Usually, the company loses its bet. Most people fail to achieve what we call knowledge transfer, which is what occurs when high achievers succeed in teaching others the processes, systems, and techniques that allow them to achieve excellence. When it works, here's what it looks like. Your confidence base, your area of exceptional technical competence, is the foundation of your credibility as a leader. Your ability to replicate your technical competence with others is what will make you a success. Bill Gates didn't have the natural grace and communication skills we often associate with great leaders, but he successfully applied this simple model in his career. He had exceptional technical competence as a programmer and transferred that knowledge to his team. Along the way, he used his confidence base to develop leadership skills. For example, in Microsoft's early years, he used his reputation as a programmer to attract the smartest programmers in the world. And he used his passion for programming and his commitment to excellence to motivate them to work ungodly hours, producing the software code that made his company a success. You'll never create another Microsoft. Nobody will. But you can create a team that achieves excellence in an area that you yourself have mastered. Here's an action plan for achieving credibility as a leader in your company. 1. Identify your confidence base. That's not always as easy as it sounds. In fact, lots of failed and mediocre leaders go their entire lives without ever figuring it out. But successful leaders do. They may be good at many things, but they know they're great at one thing. They focus relentlessly on developing that skill. It becomes their confidence base, and they use it to build credibility and advance their careers. And 2, commit to knowledge transfer. Again, the world is full of mediocre leaders who fail to achieve results through others. They may lead a team, but they rely on their own competence to get things done. They don't replicate their competence. They don't empower others. And so their impact is limited. Successful leaders channel the passion they had for building their own confidence base into passion for transferring their technical competence to others. They develop, in effect, a new confidence base and a new source of credibility in leadership. They achieve the multiplier effect, and their impact is enormous. No discussion of leadership credibility is complete without pointing out how fragile credibility is. It takes years to build it, but you can lose it in a heartbeat. In part 2 of this training module on credibility, we'll discuss one of the most common and most preventable ways that leaders lose credibility. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to check out more programs like this one, sign up for a free trial to any one of our Rapid Learning Centers. Complete and submit the short form in the right column of this page, and you'll get instant access to our complete library. There's absolutely no risk.